Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics and Collectibles, coming at you with another toy review. This time we're taking a look at the Dick Tracy Sam Ketchum figure. This is from the Dick Tracy toy line from Playmates Toys from 1990. So the first thing we'll do is take a closer look at the figure. So taking a look at Sam Ketchum, this is one of the only other good guys in the whole toy line other than Dick Tracy. There's only two good guys. All the rest, I think there's like 12 other figures, they're all bad guys, which is pretty crazy, you know, for a toy line. You normally don't get that. You get a lot of the good guys and then they'll sparsely put out some bad guys. This is like all the gangsters and then a couple good guys, which is a little unfortunate overall for the toy line, because you would have liked to see maybe like another cop, or they put the chief of police or something in there to give another good guy in there, but you know, even a generic police officer. But as far as Sam, you know, the coloring's good. You know, it's got the over-the-top coloring, so he's got that bright orange hat and pants. You know, obviously he had a orange coat in the movie as well. But I mean, it sticks to the style of Sam Ketchum as far as, you know, how he's portrayed in the movie. The face looks good. It looks very similar to the Sam Ketchum figure. Or, I'm sorry, Sam Ketchum character in the movie. I like there's bullet holes in his hat, and we'll zoom up into this all a little bit later. But you can see all the stuff on his chest. He's got his badge. He's got a camera, his tie, and I'm assuming this is film on there. I really can't tell. You know, it just looks like canisters. But I mean, overall detail on these figures are great. They definitely give them their own personalities. He comes with 3 accessories. He comes with a gun belt, which is specific to the type of gun he has, which is what should be a 38 special, which looks pretty cool. You know, much different from the, you know, they have the automatic style, like, you know, 45s of the other characters. They have like a brown handled gun, and then they also have like the black handled like 45, which looks really good. And he also comes with a billy club, which wasn't seen in the movie at all. You know, none of the cops really used billy clubs, and Sam Ketchum or Dick Tracy definitely didn't use them, but they look cool. It's got that wood look to it. It's weathered. It's got some like cuts in it, but it looks really nice. And then this holster actually has a tiny little hole in the bottom, which I'll try and show a little bit later, that actually fits this barrel. You really can't use any other gun in this thing. And if you pull this up, there is like a belt under his pants, but these belts are so different. Some of the belts are made out of a thicker plastic, and some are more rubberier plastic. This one's got a more rubbery appearance, and it's much harder to get them on and off, and because of the age of this, I don't want to keep on pulling it on and off and break that tab, which does happen quite a bit. But you know, down to the detail of the shoes, you know, they've definitely, you know, they could have just went with plain shoes, but they definitely did a good job. They did the two-tone, so he's got those cool-looking penny loafer style with the brown and the white. And like overall, like I said, good-looking figure, color-wise. Obviously, a pretty bland black back shirt, just has that strap on the back, but you know, pretty neat-looking figure. Let's take a closer look at some other parts. Here we have his face, and you can see a pretty detailed, you know, still over-the-top facial features, but it still looks like the character of Sam Ketchum in the movie. You can see, you know, it's got the bullet holes in his hat. Obviously, a pretty close call. They're you know, actually molded all the way through, which is cool. He's got a little tear in his little fedora. I mean, everything looks good. I mean, the detail of the fedora looks great on this guy. Like I said, I really like this style figure. It's got the over-the-top style molding, which, you know, in all honesty, you really love it or hate it, because these are obviously molded after the style of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy line, also from Playmates, because of the popularity. They were definitely trying to go for that bulkier, hulkier figure, and they did the over-the-top facial features, which you see in every single figure, other than really Dick Tracy, except for his facial expression. Taking a look at the midsection, you know, really good detail. They definitely put a lot of stuff on his shirt to, you know, give him that personality. He's got his tie that's kind of roughed up. He's got his badge. He's got, looks like pens in there. He's also got a camera. I mean, everything just looks really good. And like I said, under this belt, there is just a black molded belt. But I mean, they definitely took the time to, and it goes all the way around, which looks really nice. And then we can see here's this 38 special, which looks cool. And you know, all the other guns don't, like every figure pretty much has a trigger finger that sticks out, but they don't really hold the guns like that. This is the only one where it almost looks like its finger would fit properly if it wasn't so fat. But I mean, this gun looks great. I like that they have 3 different styles of guns in this toy line. And there's that billy club with that wood look to it. Just looks really, really neat. And you can see the handle has that little strips on it. Like I said, they did a great job. And here's that gun belt I was telling you about. And there's a tiny hole here that actually fits that barrel. So I mean, you really couldn't put one of those other guns from the toy line in this belt. This is more specific to that character. And I think Mumbles has this 38 special as well. And here we see those shoes, and like I said, they're really cool. There's molding in the shoe. It's got that two-tone look. This one wraps all the way around. Like I said, I think they did a great job with this style of, you know, shoes and the way they molded this figure and painted him. And for size comparison, here we have Sam Ketchum next to Dick Tracy. You can see the size is good. Dick Tracy looks to be a little bit bigger, but overall the same size. They got the hulking, beefy body look to them, which is just the way they designed this toy line to obviously mimic after the Ninja Turtle toy line, which was a hugely popular toy line from Playmates that came out 2 years prior in 1988. But you can definitely see they're trying to go for that. And a lot of people either love the way they look with these over-the-top facial features, or they absolutely hate them. A lot of people hate the Dick Tracy figure. They don't like that the face on some of these figures. I love these as kids. I absolutely loved them as kids. And as we take a look at a Ninja Turtle figure, you can definitely see that they have, obviously the body, the legs bends, the heaping way they're looking. They definitely tried to keep with this style of figure to, because it was hugely popular. Unfortunately, it wasn't that popular, which is really sad. They didn't sell very well, and that comes to where the blank figure, which is one of the most rare figures, especially in this toy line, very difficult to get. It was held back because there was a plot point that the facial mask would expose a secret identity to somebody in the movie, so they held that toy back. And then unfortunately, because the toy line didn't sell real good, they never released it in the United States because the toy companies didn't want to buy them. So they released it as a Sears exclusive, essentially. They sent a whole bunch of them to Sears. And you could also, I think, you could still get it as a mail away, but I mean, it was very difficult to find the blank figures. And there's people going to toy stores every single week going, back and forth trying to get this figure. And this is pretty much pre-internet time where you couldn't just look online and see what was going on and why a figure wasn't released. It was on the package when all these released, and it just never came out. But just kind of a weird little thing with this toy line. But like I said, a great toy, over the top and everything, which is what makes this toy line cool. And like I said, you either love it or hate it. I love the coloring. I love the 38 special pistol. It's definitely more, it's definitely unique and molded differently and just looks cool, compared to the other automatic style pistols that the other figures come with. But another great figure in the toy line, like I said, is the only other good guy in the toy line. These two figures you see on the right from the Dick Tracy toy line are it. Everything else and all the other reviews I do and everything else are essentially bad guys. But fantastic figure, and once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys